Welcome to our book review channel, where each page of a book is a gateway to a world of knowledge and soul-searching, where we together seek and explore the true values of life, and become a better version of ourselves. Today, we arrive at the self-healing class, You Can Heal Your Life by author Louise Hay, one of the most influential figures in the field of personal development and spiritual healing. However, behind the image of an inspiring woman full of strength, her life is also filled with tragedies and challenges. The upheavals in Louise Hay's life not only helped her find inner strength but also became a source of inspiration for millions around the world. She had a childhood full of upheaval and pain. Louise Hay was born in 1926 in Los Angeles, California. From a young age, she faced many difficulties and misfortunes. Her family was poor. Her parents divorced when she was just a few years old. Her mother, because of circumstances, remarried a man who was an alcoholic, and Louise had to live in a violent environment, being abused physically and mentally by her stepfather. The years of childhood abuse left deep psychological scars, causing Louise to carry many fears and mental injuries within herself. The greatest turmoil in Louise's childhood occurred when she was raped at the age of 5. This event not only took away her innocent childhood but also instilled in her young soul feelings of guilt, shame, and inferiority. Her childhood, haunted by this pain, led Louise to develop a negative view of herself, and the feeling of being undeserving of love became a burden she had to carry throughout the following years. She went through rebellious teenage years and a journey of self-discovery. Growing up in difficult circumstances, Louise Hay faced a series of challenges both spiritually and emotionally. When reaching adolescence, she dropped out of school and ran away from home, trying to escape the shadows of her past. Louise started her independent journey at a very young age, leaving school to begin a new life. However, life was not easy for her. To survive, Louise had to take on many low-paying jobs and lacked stability. At the age of 16, she became pregnant unintentionally and decided to give up her child right after birth because she didn't have the means and ability to raise a child. This decision made her feel more hurt and lost. As she matured, Louise gradually sank into unhealthy relationships, and her life continued to be a series of tumultuous and painful days. She had a short marriage, which was a significant mental shock for her. At the age of 30, Louise met a successful man and had a romantic relationship that lasted for some time. In 1954, she married Andrew Hay, a wealthy businessman. This marriage temporarily freed Louise from financial burdens and provided her with a luxurious life she had never experienced before. However, this marriage did not last long. After 14 years, they divorced because Andrew had an affair. This betrayal was a significant shock to Louise, making her feel deeply hurt and once again facing the feeling of being undeserving of love. This was also the time when Louise began seeking spiritual enlightenment. She was drawn to spiritual philosophies and attended personal development classes. She gradually realized that the past pains, from a violent childhood to a broken marriage, were not just external events but also a reflection of the negative beliefs she had nurtured about herself. Due to the immense pain, she decided to explore the power of positive thinking and embark on a healing journey through sages and meditation. After the shock from her marriage, Louise began her own spiritual journey. She attended meditation, psychology, and personal development classes, where she discovered the power of positive thinking. Louise Hay began to believe that the thoughts and beliefs of each person can strongly impact their lives, including mental and physical health. She began sharing her thoughts and experiences with those around her and quickly became an influential figure in the personal development community. In 1976, Louise published her first book titled Heal Your Body, in which she explained the connection between emotions and diseases, and also introduced healing methods through positive affirmations. The book received strong support, and Louise Hay continued to publish many studies and articles about the power of thinking. She encouraged everyone to believe that they could heal their lives by changing their mindset and loving themselves. This led to the publication of her most famous book, You Can Heal Your Life, in 1984. She declared war on cancer and embarked on a journey of self-healing. The next major event in Louise Hay's life occurred in the late 1970s when she was diagnosed with cervical cancer. Instead of choosing traditional medical treatments, Louise decided to try a self-healing method through meditation, positive thinking, and forgiveness. She realized that her cancer might have stemmed from deep psychological traumas and unresolved negative emotions from her childhood. Louise healed herself by practicing positive affirmations, facing past pains, and letting go of negative emotions. She began the process of forgiveness, not only for those who had hurt her but also for herself for the feelings of guilt and shame she had experienced. After some time, Louise completely recovered from cancer, which strengthened her belief that mental power could help heal the body. She turned this experience into an important lesson in her career and continued to spread the message about positive thinking and mental healing. Ultimately, she became a lasting legacy in the world, an inspiring woman. Louise Hay's life is a journey of pain, rise, and enlightenment. From a tragic childhood to personal life challenges, Louise learned how to transform pain into strength to heal not only herself but also millions of others. The book You Can Heal Your Life became a global phenomenon, selling over 50 million copies, helping millions find peace, happiness, and health. Louise's mission did not stop at writing books. She founded Hay House, one of the most famous publishing houses in the world specializing in books on personal development and spirituality. This organization has published thousands of works by famous authors in this field, including Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, and Esther Hicks. Louise Hay passed away on August 30, 2017, at the age of 90, leaving behind a vast legacy of healing and love. Her books continue to inspire people worldwide and help them transform their lives through self-love and positive thinking. She transformed pain into healing power. The life of Louise Hay is a testament to the extraordinary power of will and the ability to self-heal. From painful childhood experiences, personal life upheavals to facing illness, she not only overcame them but also turned that pain into motivation to spread the message of love and healing to everyone. Louise Hay was not only an author but also a spiritual teacher and leader, helping millions of people worldwide change their lives. Through the book You Can Heal Your Life, she brought a new philosophy about the power of the mind and positive thinking, helping people realize that they can heal themselves both mentally and physically. The most important realization she came to was transformation from within. Life is not an accident. One of the core messages Louise Hay emphasized throughout her career is, our lives are not random but are the result of what we think and feel. She believed that everything that happens in our lives, from relationships, health status to careers, is a direct reflection of the thinking and beliefs we nurture. Louise suggested that pain, trauma, or illness is not something that occurs incidentally. They are signs from the body and mind, indicating that we need to confront and resolve the lingering negative emotions from the past. The mind and body are closely interconnected, and when our mind is hurt or held captive by fear, regret, or other negative emotions, this will lead to physical symptoms. She once wrote, "If we are willing to work with our minds, almost anything can be healed." She not only emphasized the importance of changing our thinking but also pointed out that our mind has much greater power than we imagine. Positive thinking, self-love, and forgiveness are the keys to unlocking healing for life. She practiced forgiveness, letting go, which is the key to healing. One of the essential elements in Louise Hay's healing journey is forgiveness and letting go. She realized that many people are stuck in the past because they cannot forgive, not only those who have hurt them but also themselves. They imprison themselves in negative emotions, leading to anxiety, stress, and even illness. Louise encouraged people to forgive as a way to free themselves from spiritual shackles. She taught that letting go of the past does not mean forgetting what happened, but learning to forgive and accept what cannot be changed. Only then can we move forward with a light heart and a peaceful soul. She often said, when we refuse to forgive, we imprison ourselves in pain. Forgiveness opens the door to freedom. When forgiving, you are freeing yourself. Through forgiveness, not only with others but also with oneself, we can let go of the pain and anger that have held back our lives and move towards a more complete, lighter life. Today, book reviews bravely delve into the deep part of learning to forgive and its impact on every issue of life. Learn to forgive others as forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is one of the most important messages in Louise Hay's philosophy. She believes that true healing cannot occur if we do not learn to forgive. Forgiveness is not only an outward-directed action but also an inner liberation, a way to let go of burdens and past hurts. Louise Hay believes that all the wounds we retain from the past have an impact on our present and future. Resentment, blame, and the pain we hold within not only hurt the soul but also harm our physical health. When we carry resentment and hatred, these negative emotions will continue to corrode and break the psychological and physiological balance of the body, leading to diseases and health disorders. Louise Hay gave a clear example of this through her own experience. She had faced deep resentment towards her parents, stepfather, who abused and hurt her as a child. These emotions accumulated over the years and led to the cervical cancer she suffered. However, when she began the process of forgiveness, forgiving those who hurt her, and most importantly, forgiving herself for holding on to those emotions for too long, her body self-healed. Forgiving helped Louise free from the psychological burden she had carried for many years, creating conditions for recovery both in the soul and the body. The effects of forgiveness and psychological liberation. According to Louise Hay, forgiveness is not only about letting go of anger towards others but also about learning to free ourselves from the negative emotions we have carried. Holding on to resentment or hatred means allowing those people to continue exerting power over our lives. This not only harms psychological health but also affects the body. Many scientific studies have shown that prolonged stress and resentment can lead to serious health issues, from cardiovascular diseases to digestive disorders and autoimmune conditions. Louise Hay deeply understood the connection between psychology and physical health. During her healing journey, she realized that harboring resentment only added to the burden on the body. Forgiveness is not for others, but for ourselves. Forgiveness is the only way we can release the negative emotions that imprison our souls, allowing us to enter a new state of freedom and healing. From a psychological perspective, forgiveness is considered a crucial process of psychological liberation. Psychologists like Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud have emphasized that many mental and emotional issues stem from people's inability to confront and let go of past traumas. This leads to anxiety, depression, and other psychological disorders. Forgiveness, from a psychological viewpoint, is a way to free oneself from the control of negative emotions and past events. Let's focus on forgiving ourselves. Louise Hay also stressed that forgiveness is not just for others but, more importantly, for ourselves. She believes that many people live in self-criticism and guilt, hurting themselves by continuously torturing over past mistakes. These feelings can stem from not meeting expectations or feeling they have failed in a relationship or situation. However, she emphasized that to truly love oneself, one must learn to forgive oneself. This means accepting that we are human and that being human comes with mistakes. Louise Hay advises that instead of blaming ourselves, we should view mistakes as opportunities to learn and grow. Forgiving oneself is an important step on the journey of self-love and self-healing. In her counseling and healing work, Louise helped many realize that the negative emotions they held back prevented them from achieving peace and happiness. When we learn to forgive, we free ourselves from the burdens of the past, creating space for positive experiences in the present and future. Forgiving others and forgiving oneself is an act of compassion and love for oneself, helping us live a more complete life. Finally, forgiveness significantly impacts relationships. Louise Hay also emphasized that every relationship in our lives reflects ourselves. Difficult relationships, people who hurt us, are essentially mirrors reflecting the unresolved emotions and beliefs inside us. She suggested that the way we view and react to others is the way we treat ourselves. If we cannot forgive others, it means we have not been able to forgive ourselves. Psychology also supports this perspective, suggesting that reflection in relationships is an unconscious defense mechanism. We often project our desires, fears, and unresolved emotions onto others. To achieve harmony in relationships, we need to start by healing and forgiving ourselves. When we forgive others, we not only release them from past responsibilities but also free ourselves from emotional bondage. Forgiveness is an act of compassion and understanding, and it's the first step towards achieving spiritual freedom. Louise Hay believes that when we learn to forgive, our lives become lighter, and the relationships around us become more harmonious. On the healing journey, she frequently declared positive affirmations. This is also one of Louise Hay's signature methods, using positive affirmations. She believes that negative thinking is the primary cause of pain and illness, and that we can change our reality by replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. She encouraged everyone to tell themselves affirmations like, "I deserve love and respect. Life loves and supports me in wondrous ways. I love and accept myself completely." Louise believed that the daily repetition of these positive affirmations would help change the way we think about ourselves and life, thereby attracting better things into our lives. These are not just empty words, they are a way to reprogram the subconscious and change old, negative thinking accumulated over years. Your mind is a garden, and affirmations are the seeds. Sow positive seeds and nurture them, and you will reap a beautiful life. After healing herself from cancer, Louise Hay realized that healing is not just a personal act but also a process of sharing and helping others. She dedicated the rest of her life to helping millions worldwide understand that healing starts from within. Louise did not stop at writing books. She also founded Hay House, a publishing company specializing in spiritual and personal development books. She helped authors with the same mission convey messages of inner strength, positive thinking, and love to more people. Famous authors like Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, and Esther Hicks were also published through Hay House, making it one of the leading publishers in the field of personal development books. Conclusion: Louise Hay and the legacy that lives on. Louise Hay's life is proof that pain can be transformed into strength and healing from within. She not only taught us how to love ourselves and change our lives through positive thinking, but also encouraged everyone to know that we have control over our lives. Through personal upheavals, from childhood psychological wounds, broken marriages to battling cancer, Louise not only overcame them but turned those difficulties into a foundation for transformation and healing. The greatest message Louise left is, we can heal our lives. No one else can do it for us. Every statement by Louise Hay contains profound truths about human psychology and how we create our reality. She proved that nothing is beyond reach if we know how to love, forgive, and change ourselves from within. Our experiences in life are not the product of randomness but the result of what we think, feel, and say. The journey of self-love is not simply catering to immediate desires. It is facing resistance, overcoming psychological barriers, and learning self-acceptance. Proper self-love is listening, respecting, and nurturing both the soul and the body. Forgiveness is the key to freeing oneself from the past, letting go of grudges and blame, and opening the door to healing and inner peace. When we learn to love and forgive, we do not only change our own lives but also contribute to changing the world around us. Because, as Louise Hay said, we are the creators of the lives we are living. The work, You Can Heal Your Life, has become a classic book on personal and spiritual development, a guide helping people worldwide to transform their lives by changing their thinking and loving themselves. Louise Hay's legacy will continue to live on, inspiring and healing millions of people for generations to come. This is a book review. If you enjoy our program, please like and follow. Hit the bell to not miss any of our financial stories and investment tips. See you in the next program. Thank you for listening.